Welcome to our video on loan amortization. Loan amortization, in a simple terms, is the breaking down of loan payments into equal installments. That's what we call loan amortization. Therefore, given the loan amount of $98 million, 0.4, and the period of 10 years, and the number of payment times being twice in a year, meaning after every 6 months, therefore the total number of payments will be equals to 10 times 2, and we shall get 20. The annual rate is 14%, but remember we have to make this payment twice in a year, so therefore we shall have the periodic rate as 14 divided by 2, then the PMT, this is the amount that will be paid every month. So PMT is a periodic payment amount and it is an inbuilt function. So you put the equal sign, then you type PMT, which calculates the payments for the loan based on constant payments. So PMT, so the rate is this periodic rate. You fix it by pressing the F4 key, then you put a comma, then number of periods, we have 20, you can also fix it. Then the present value, you put minus, then you click on the loan amount, then press the enter key. So this is method 1 of the loan amortization. We shall also look at the method 2 afterwards. Okay, so now that we have what we shall be paying periodically, which is 9.288 million, we can now go ahead and complete our model. So in period 0, the loan balance is equals to what we have received as a loan, which is $98.4 million. Then we also need to restrict the period such that it doesn't exceed the 20 payments. So you put the equal sign, we shall use the if function, then say if the period above starting from 0 is less than 20, we fix the 20 because it will be compared with all figures. What should happen? We should get that figure that meets the condition and add 1 to it, else we end the process. So we end the process. Then you press the enter key and copy the formula down up to the point. So the process ends after 20. Now the next thing we want to do is to reference the payment amount, that is the PMT. We are saying that if the period starting from 1 is less than or equals to 20, we fix. Remember, on this column we have period from 1 to 20. What should happen? We should reference this figure. So we fix it, that is the PMT, you fix it, else you end the process. So press the enter key and double click. Now we compute the interest using the same approach. We say that if the period starting from 1 is less than or equals to 20, we fix that. What should happen? We should get the balance times the periodic rate, then we fix it, else we end the process. So close and double click. So the reason we're having zeros is because we don't have any balances yet. As you can see, when I double click, it's referring to an empty cell, so you press the enter key. Now I want to accumulate this particular interest so that we know how much we have paid so far. So you put the equal sign and say that if the period starting from 1 is less than or equals to 20, we fix it. What should happen? Okay, what should happen is that we sum. So sum then click on the first value of interest, then full colon, it will replicate the cell. Then you click on the very first cell, fix it, close the bracket, and end the process. So we end the process. Press the enter key and double click. Now contained in the PMT is the interest and the principal. So now that we know the interest, we simply get PMT minus interest to be able to obtain the principal. Therefore, you say if the period starting from 1 is less than or equals to 20, fix it. What should happen? We should get PMT minus the interest. Press the enter key and double click. Now to accumulate the principal, which is the amount that is used for recovering the loan amount, we use the same function that we used right here. So we shall say if the period starting from 1 is less than or equals to 20, we fix it. What should happen? Okay, what should happen? We should sum. That is, we should accumulate the principal to know how much we have recovered so far. So you click on that first value, full colon, it will reproduce the cell. Click on the first value, fix it, then close the bracket, put a comma, then end the process. Okay, so you press the enter key, then you double click. Okay, now to get the balance, remember it is the principal that is used to recover this amount, implying that we shall get this value minus the principal in order to get the balance at a given time. So we shall say that if the period starting from 1 is less than or equals to 20, we fix. What should happen? We should get previous balance minus the principal paid, and we shall be able to get the current balance. Else, we end the process. So when we double click, the model will autocomplete. So we just need to round this value to 0 decimal places. As you can see, after accumulating the principal right here, we now have our 98.4 million recovered. So we want to round this to 0 decimal places. You go to home, then you click on numbers. After clicking on numbers, you can go to currency, then reduce the decimal places to 0. Okay, so the balance is 0. So we can as well format this to dollars. So you highlight, then you click on the dollar symbol here. So the decimal places will be included. So if you don't want, you reduce by clicking on this. So this is our amortization schedule in a simplified format. So can save the changes. But now when you look at this, we're supposed to determine the interest that we can obtain if we are not if we don't want to exceed 84.4043 millions in terms of the accumulated interest. As indicated on this column, we have our accumulated interest of 87 million. Okay, so but we want it to be exactly 84.4. So what happens? So this simply means that we are supposed to use the technique called goal seek. Okay, so we want to set this particular cell to 84 million by changing the rate. So what do we do? Okay, you'll go to data menu, then you go to what if analysis, then goal seek. Okay, so we are setting this cell to this value that you're seeing right here, that is 84404. So we are setting it to 84404. $300. By changing, what do we want to change? We want to change the interest rate. Okay, so we shall click on the changing cell, which is the interest rate, then hit the OK button, then OK. Okay, so our annual interest rate as indicated here is 5%. So it is 14% that gives us that value of 84.404. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next method too.